Welcome to another progress video for the Utah OSR Land Co-op. Here's some highlights of the progress made at Riverbed Ranch in October and November of 2023. Most of these photos today were taken by our very own residents. There was a big push in construction this fall. Here, Kevin and Carol made enormous progress on their Quonset hut home. Once they got all the pieces assembled, they brought in a crane to lift them in place. Lots of neighbors came to help with that process. Once each piece was set in place, it then had to be secured to the previous piece until there was great cause for celebration when the whole thing was put together. Eric made some great progress this fall on his underground greenhouse. Pretty soon he'll be growing all sorts of fruits and veggies year-round. The Progress Award for the fall probably should go to the Woodbury couple. Their ICF home began, of course, with the foundation being poured. Then walls were placed together with those big Lego-looking pieces there in the middle of the picture. Spaces for windows were created, and when everything was ready, they pumped in concrete in the gaps using concrete from our very own concrete plant. Once that was done, they could start on giving their home a roof. My understanding is their sons were a great deal of help during this whole process. They also made great progress on the framing inside as well. Here's what it looked like once they got the roof on. It needs windows and doors next, of course. Mike and Sarah had their own house building marathon this fall as well. Anxious to get theirs done before the snow flies, Mike even worked at night laying cinder blocks with rebar inserted for strength before concrete is added. Mike is not a builder by trade. He's just the self-reliant type willing to figure it out. Once the basement walls were finished, they then started on the floor. Next, Jonathan and Emily's compressed earth block house also made great progress this fall. Like others, they received help from their neighbors, who eventually celebrated upon completing major benchmarks along the way. Once the walls were done, they then capped them off with concrete in preparation for the next phase. Russ and Pam were able to make great progress on their compressed earth block home as well. Craig and Penny brought in a crane to put up their trusses. In fact, Penny helped by steadying each truss as David, the crane operator, lifted them in place. David and Kim's home got windows and roofing installed. My wife, Celeste, and I erected our first greenhouse. Our neighbors, Sam and Edith, designed and built their greenhouse/storage building all by themselves. The Keltner clan started off with having a simply built home construction started with a garage. I'm so jealous. And the Astles, who have their own YouTube channel, dug and installed their septic system, which of course requires a great deal of large rocks from our local rock quarry. Co-op member Andrew flew over Riverbed Ranch on a commercial flight on his way home and shot this picture showing the southern half of Riverbed Ranch. I can see my house. Hope you'll all come visit us at Riverbed Ranch. We've also launched a new off-grid community in Arizona called Costler Cove. There's a link in the description for the tour schedule for both communities. Hope you'll join us.